Hi, you're listening to Julie Taylor, and this is Julie and Company. Today, our guest is Sarah Laroche from Selv Rituel, products for the body and the soul, and her daughter, Lily Rose.
Hi. Hi.
Hello, Sarah. Hi, Lily.
Hi. How are you?
We're good. I'm good, thank you. Thanks for being here.
The pleasure is ours.
Sarah, I've seen you on my Instagram feed maybe 5 years ago. You were doing handmade local products, and you were nearby where I live, and so I dropped in on you and I saw your operation. You were so gracious. At the time I had my dog Bailey with me, and because he was waiting for surgery, he was a little, not the cleanest dog. You wouldn't have known this, but you noticed everything, and you gave me a hand wash, and it was your Nordic ritual.
Yes, exactly.
And you graciously gave it to me because you want to do good in the world. And I could see that you were all antennas. At that time, I think I was already leaning towards being a client, but a customer, but that sealed the deal. You're such a generous, kind, authentic, and open person. It's all over your brand. It's all over what you do. I'm so pleased you're here today. I want to hear more about it. How did you start your business?
Thank you so much. I started I posted on Instagram after a dinner I had with friends, and I gave them a gift because I love giving. And I just said, oh, look, bath salt and oil. And it went really quickly that I received DMs and to tell me, can I buy this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, whatever, And the same year I sold for $800,000. It's not, I was not famous. I had like 7,000 followers or whatever, not like 300,000 followers. But I think that the people, I have the reputation of being authentic, always telling the truth. So that's my feeling, that they knew the products was just like real, right?
Yeah. I remember we talked briefly. So from that one post, you did sales on that one product. I think you said
$800,000 the first year.
The first year.
Yeah.
So this wasn't a business yet?
Not at all. I was a full-time photographer at the time, working really, really, really hard. And I was doing Selv, which didn't even have a name back then. I was doing it during the night, the weekends.
From home.
Yeah, while being a mother to Lily Rose. But she knows me. I've always worked really, really, very, very much, actually, yeah. And it went like this.
So it caught fire. There was interest. Yes. What were the next steps?
Next step, we were called to go on Dragon's Dance from Quebec, but we did not have branding, website. So in 2 months, we were like, and when I say we, I had to hire people because I couldn't do everything. Yeah. So we did the branding, the packaging in 2 months, and the website. And we finished 10 minutes before everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, crazy ride.
So you also were a photographer. You were a stylist before that. You had a career for, I think,
26 years.
26 years.
Yeah.
And when I did see, and that's how I got to know you in the very, very first place, I did see a post of a fantastic picture of maybe Abeille or Mitsujinina, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
and it
Abeille.
it was gorgeous. The lighting was incredible. There was a sense of purity to the whole product, styling, and the personality, because I know Abeille, and it was all there, but it wasn't in your face. It wasn't caricatural. I don't know, that's not the right word, but it wasn't like a caricature of her. It was her, just beaming through in this beautiful setting. And so I went to your feed. I was so impressed. But tell me a bit about it in terms of when you were doing photography. There was no Photoshop at that time.
No, when I started in the industry, there were no Photoshop. There were not, even internet was not that a thing. You know what I mean? We were sending mails. Everything in the technology world bloomed, and I followed it. I loved it, but I started really that you need to pay for every picture you're taking because it's film. So we need to be very, very perfect,
precise,
but naturally, So I always kept that. And when I became myself a photographer, I didn't want to do Photoshop or, all the pictures you see are raw pictures.
Your pictures.
Yeah, they're raw. I like rawness. I like the glam. I like fashion. I like, but not to be perfect.
You like the truth.
I love the truth. Yeah, the artistic truth and the glam truth.
And the authenticity and the generosity and all those things you carried over to Selv. You had already established your personal brand. That's who you were.
Yes, and we have work to do, We're going to turn 5 years old in July. So we're still like a baby business, trying our best and mostly trying to keep the authenticity, all the things the most real possible. So there's no Photoshop. In any picture you're going to see on Selv, Instagram or whatever, there's no Photoshop.
I saw one of your campaigns when there was, usually the beauty industry and the body industry is almost obsessing over slenderness and, perfection. And we're going a couple of years back. I think you posted a person that was very natural and was not at all weighing 120 pounds or less. And there was something so beautiful because
I think it was me.
How you manipulate the light, how it hits. It was so poetic. And I thought, oh my God, she found her niche, because that talks to every woman's inner narrative.
Like
however you look, your inner narrative is so critical.
Yeah, and the first campaign we did for Selv, it was me naked. Because the thing that are taboo for a woman is her age, how much you weigh, how much your height, and what do you do? What's your career?
Yeah, what's your career?
And women are so shy to shine.
That's super audacious.
It was something. So it was me from the back. It was very polite. No, it wasn't PG-18 at all. I'm not vulgar, but I wrote my name, what I do in life. I'm a CEO. That's what I do. I weigh 230 pounds. This is who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm 5'5.5".
The half matters.
No,
I'm 5'4.5".
Me, I'm like, who cares? I could be 4. I could be. For me, it's superficial. I think every human is beautiful if the human inside is beautiful. And we were born the way we are. And why not? I don't know. You've got the choice to be negative in life or positive.
Yeah.
I never understood why mostly women, but men too, go towards the negativity of themselves, but of society too.
Well, I think...
what's the point?
Well, I think you mentioned something. You can embrace who you are, or you can go into a combat with yourself.
But you have two choices in life.
Yeah, and if you're going to pick a battle, don't pick to beat yourself up. Pick another battle.
I'm like, why do you choose darkness? Because for me, it's kind of a choice. And I've been bullied, bully hard. Imagine I was a big kid. I was a target for many years, many years.
But you know what I find is a huge trigger for people around us? When we're comfortable with ourselves. That triggers people like crazy. And then obviously because they're not always attuned to their own emotional language, they don't know why, so they pick the thing. But even when I was that they want to pick on, but it's inside the trigger.
But in my head, even growing up, even at 7 years old, I always, if somebody was like, "You're big, you're ugly," I was like, "So what?
Get a life."
No, but so what? And I always told anybody, I wish I have your time, your free time in your mind, to be critique on others and yourself. Me, I learn every day a subject. I love studying. Instead of going home and being, oh, I'm ugly, or people are ugly, fat, I'm like, okay, I don't know this thing about space. So I'm going to read, I'm going to learn, or what's the new vegetable? You
had a curious mind and you like to educate yourself.
But I never think about those things.
The things you have no power over, you let them fall.
I just think we accept dogs, we accept cats, fish, birds. You know what I mean? We accept
So you're saying the diversity that is allowed throughout nature, we tend to
We're like
repress in ourselves.
flowers.
Yeah.
In the same bouquet, you're going to have a flower that will appear perfect, and the other one is more like tired or whatever. But it's okay because the tired flower was maybe like shiny and bright like the day before. Life
And you
is
give
a
it some
rotation.
water. It's a cycle. So there's going to be water tomorrow. She will be splendid
Whatever.
again.
Maybe she lack of sun, and tomorrow the sun will come. It's just, and stop comparing
Nothing is static.
yourself.
And stop comparing yourself. Yeah.
Stop comparing yourself because you are who you are. And what I love to say is that in my body, I have my grandmother, my grandmother, my grandfather. I have all my history. And my daughter is she has like half of me. So I want her to see that. I want her to embrace, like if she says she's ugly, it's okay. Like she's 18. So I know what his teenage years are. But when she says she's ugly, I'm like, I know she finds me pretty. So I'm like, how can you find yourself ugly if you find me pretty?
Right.
So, but I understand there's a teenage,
Yes. Hormones and things.
You need to pass through something. But I'm sure all my education that I gave her about self-love and like do something else with your mind.
Yeah.
Learn something.
So are you a very present mother?
I always have been working. And when she was born, I was there. After 6 months, I was dying of boredom because it's like your baby's cute. I loved her. Obviously, I loved her. But intellectually, I was dying. Like physically, I wanted more. I'm always have been in projects.
Yes.
So, yeah, it was hard for me. And when we decided to have a baby, it was either the father or the mother that would stay home because we wanted to be with her until she can talk and express herself.
Right.
No kindergarten if she could not put a whole phrase together.
A sentence together,
No, that was impossible for us. And I had a career. Her father, no. So it was like it was like a cool deal between us. And I loved the fact that she was with her father, and I was raised like that. And my father was a stay-at-home dad, and my mother went to work. So I guess I just replicated without asking question. And I love to show her that you can be whoever you want to be, but still a good mother.
Yes.
I think I'm a great mother, and I was present.
Let's ask Lily.
Yeah, I was present.
Is your mother a great mother? And we're both nodding yes.
Of course, she is a good mother. She's like really positive with me when I have problems with my life or with my professional problems.
Was she, I guess, a role model?
Yeah.
Did she establish an image of a woman who is, welcomed at home, to be away from home? There was no judgment. Did that do you know what you want to do in life? We're going to go there. Speaking of professional questions.
Well, my mom asked me one day if I wanted to be in
business,
like to have a business or
to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, or to continue her business. And I was like, no, I can't. I'm just too stressed for this. I'm too impatient for this. I just can't. This is not for me. And next year I'm going into medicine, and I don't think my mom could be in medicine. This is just not her. But
no, that's for me.
But it's for me, But
whatever, I always told her, whoever you want to date, it's your choice. Whatever job you want to do in life, it's your choice. Me, I'm a leader. I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah. This is who I am.
So you honored your nature.
Yeah. But
staying at home wasn't a good fit for you, but you made sure your daughter was with somebody who was close
her
and
father,
caring.
Which is the best human on the planet.
Exactly.
And it was a good thing, actually, that they spent all that time together. And just saying, between 9 and 12 years old, I almost stopped working by choice, because at 12 years old, you're kind of losing your child because she's going in teenager. Yeah. So from 9 to 12, I was working 2-3 days a week maximum. I really scaled down for 3 years to be with her. And we did travel. We did lots of things together because it was crucial years.
Wow.
But Lily Rose can be anything she wants. I just want her to be happy. Like instead of choosing your career, choosing this and that, I want her to choose what's
Happiness.
but in reality. You know, you need to pay your bills. Like, this is the reality of life, but do it with happiness. That's the only thing that matters, right?
Well, I think what I'm hearing is that you have power over how you see things and handle things and choose to position yourself, because that's where your
It's a
power is over
choice.
happiness.
Choose something that makes you happy. I don't know, maybe it's a privilege thing to say. I recognize that because I was born in Quebec. You know, I'm not from a rich family though, but I had like really rich emotional feedback growing up. So I think this is where my gold comes from.
In your family, how you were brought up is gold.
Like the values,
Yeah.
self-respect, respect the others. Like I told you, I was bullied. They were like, don't go low like them. You know, they're low. They don't like life. They choose negativity. You choose light. And each night before I was going to bed, my parents always came in my room and they were like, we choose light. We choose intelligence. Like, you need to repeat that to yourself.
Yeah.
And whoever in your life going to cross your path, you will have half of the population that will hate you, half of the population that would love you. Like, choose who you want to believe.
Yeah, and choose you as well.
Choose you, of course.
Your relationship to yourself is essential.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what you were also telling your daughter by choosing herself, what she values, what makes her happy, and to go towards that.
Yes, exactly.
And Sarah, we had a quick chat before we started the interview regarding your business. You ended up going to Dragon's Den in Quebec.
Yeah.
You're doing a huge business. And how many years ago was that? And how many challenges have you had to navigate getting there and since then?
Oh my God. Challenge are every day. Like, to be an entrepreneur, like, if you're not in your garage doing like your little thing, which is awesome, by the way, I really want to say, like, if you have a small company and you want to sell just one soap and do $30 a month, you know what? Be happy. Do you?
And you've also had a moment where you thought to yourself, do I continue on this path or do I settle, you know, not retrench, but
you've got a
contract your
choice,
business,
right?
Yeah.
You can have like a business, let's say you make $100,000 a year. Well, you're happy. You know, me, it's not the money that drives me. It's the mission. So for me to, but I'm Aries. I don't know. Maybe it's not that. I don't know. I've got this inside of me. I want big things for myself.
Yeah. Big challenges and big things.
Big
right?
challenges, everything is complicated. Like, when you get into like business and all the realities, all governmenting, everything is complicated. Trust me.
Yeah. So what starts with making soap, for example, quickly when you start looking at exporting, sales on the other side of the border, then all the political landscape, our own local government, and the structure of business, it gets big fast.
It gets very complicated too, because there's so many laws, but I'm curious. So I was like, okay, amazing. I'm doing my MBA, but in the real life. I took life like that. So have I made mistake? 1,100 mistake. But for me, I was like, okay, cool. It's like I'm in university and I'm learning business. This is exactly how I took it. And now I find that I have my MBA. It's been 5 years. I've seen it all. Like, I don't know what I'm going to see more, honestly. And I've learned. And this is the beautiful part.
Hi, would you like to be on the show? Do you have any questions or ideas you'd like to share? Go to julietaylor.ca and leave me a message. I've seen you a lot on Instagram in your values of transparency, local purity, and whatnot. You're also fairly vocal, and you do go online and discuss your day-to-day as an entrepreneur. You discuss the challenges, the things you didn't expect you had to deal with, and how it's really putting spokes in your wheels.
The only thing that is, even when I was young, okay, because you get a lot bullied as an entrepreneur, bullied from the government, bullied from your competitors.
Give me an example of bullied by the government.
Oh my God, I must receive 20 letters a month plus males, like always asking for things. You know what I mean? It's like...
Give me an example.
L'Ordre des chimistes du Québec or Santé Canada or taxes or any question, or there's always something. Like I have a pile of just gouvernement papers and
That are asking you to respond to a question.
yeah, always respond. You have 24 hours and it's never simple.
I can see the bullying there, yeah.
For me, it's bullying. I said it lots of time in the radio, like, give me a break. Because it's like Quebec is hard on entrepreneurs. They don't help us. They put trucs in the des bâtons dans les roues. They block us a lot. Plus, we pay so much for everything. Like, everything is complicated.
Yeah.
There's nothing, like, simple.
I have to, I don't know if it's going to go down wrong, but I have had a business in Ontario and I've had a business in Quebec. And the two environments are completely different. And I wondered if it came from a different set of laws that trickled down into the bureaucratic system. And I always felt when I was in Quebec dealing with governmental authorities or registries that you're almost guilty until proven innocent.
You're guilty until proven innocent. Trust me.
In Ontario, it's all very smooth, you know. You're just another number. They're very courteous. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, because I do tax.
Maybe it changed, but the culture around business was completely different.
Yeah, and because I sell in every province in Canada, I deal with all the other government, right? And I have never a problem. The only problem I have is in my own province.
Yeah.
And this is something that has to change. I talk a lot about that. Just to, I don't know how they need to give us a break, honestly. Yeah. They want to break us. There's something going on that they just want to break entrepreneurs. And all my friends entrepreneurs, and because I speak about it a lot, I have like hundreds of entrepreneurs that calls me.
Yeah, you have a lot of feedback.
And it's the main reason why they crack is government.
Really? And if we talk about these challenges, you talked about government is a challenge.
Yeah.
I guess the economy today is a challenge.
Yep.
What other
competitors, copyrights? After that, you've got cash flow is something. Employees too. You know, when we treat very well our employees. They're well paid. They had like all the women are paid their
menstrual days off.
Exactly, but plus they have money to buy their contraceptive pills.
Okay.
They have money to buy their things like tampons and whatever. Sorry, I'm French. But we gave $50 a month, like that they can get. We do that, and they're well paid, and they get 1 day.
But that's not written in the law that you need to do these things.
No. You do it, but you don't get nothing in exchange. You do it because you believe in that.
You believe in that.
But I don't do it to ask for gratefulness. As an entrepreneur, you don't have a lot of, you don't
You do it because you're rock solid in your values, and you see it as a way of maybe bridging the gap between the sexes, or?
But us, obviously, men and women are paid the same, like, obviously, but it's more because I think women, we live differently. We have a period in the mind, and we feel bloated, tired, or we haven't slept well, or whatever.
Which is tied in with the product that, you know, puts you on this path with your message.
Yes, exactly.
That self-care is important, and you must listen to your needs and accept your body and thank your body.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think women are powerful. I think the society and how it works never helps the woman, degrades the woman. When we're in our week, I don't know, I don't live the same way. I'm more tired. I don't know. I just feel, but it's not because we're weak. It's because we have hormones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So entrepreneurs need to open their eyes and say, like,
so you're trying to be the change. I won't say trying, but you are certainly taking steps to be the change.
I want to be the change. I have to get there.
But you are doing it.
Oh, I'm doing it for 5 years.
A safe environment.
Yes, absolutely.
For women to be women and men to be men.
Yes.
As they are.
And we have like strict rules for harassment, strict. And women, because, you know, you go work somewhere, there's men. But you don't have a voice. And if something happened with a man, you don't have a voice. Me, it's like you cannot be harassed in my
Under your roof.
No, there's no way.
get
And so women feels very protected, very understood. And men are well too, because they have the same values as us.
And it takes the pressure off of them knowing that it's not something that can happen.
No, exactly.
They don't have to watch themselves. So I guess you create a safe environment for everyone to blossom.
Yes.
Not to talk about flowers, but to blossom in their difference and to work in a community.
Yes.
Towards these beautiful products.
We accept all religion, all orientation. Humans are humans. So we're very open on this. It's like we shouldn't even talk about the fact that they're well treated. You know what I mean? It should be normal.
Oh, so you're saying, if it wasn't an issue, we wouldn't
talk about it.
But we have to,
We would be like, now I have to say, there's no harassment in my business because I'm protecting them. We're talking about this.
So,
Sarah,
Absolutely. So you're being the change in your business. And what do you see for yourself and your business? It's a local business, local product, expanding across Canada, the United States. You want to go global. What would you say would be the second healthiest thing for Quebecers to do? The reason I say that is because your products are sound and safe to use on the skin.
Yes.
But also there are attitudes in business or in consuming that should be respected so that we are creating a healthy environment.
Yeah, it's because, like I say, because I talk about it a lot, around 100,000 enterprise will close before 2025.
In Quebec?
In Quebec only.
Wow.
And so it's half of businesses in Quebec, which for me is alarming.
Yes. Is that of all the businesses in Quebec,
included.
half of them are going to close?
Like Flores, Bombardier, will not close, but I mean huge like Bombardier Saputo to the dépanneur of the corner, So, and for me, it's alarming because it's people around that. Like just my business affects 300 people.
Wow.
But I have the smallest business ever.
But because you buy locally, you create wealth all down the production line and all the way back stocking or sourcing.
Yeah, we source from Quebec and Canada, and we print in Quebec. Like everything that I can do in Quebec, I do it. So we call that juices. All our recipe are made in Quebec. And what we cannot buy in Quebec are from little like farmers or people that I talk to. I travel to go see them. I want to know where it's from.
Exactly.
It's very important for me, and I'm very loyal. So I have 5 years. We're going to be 5 years. I have the same people than day one. Because for me, it's relationship.
So when you're buying and producing locally and printing and building relationships and being loyal, all this is very important to community, how do you say, re-injection of money, wealth. So if we're buying something local, we're really voting with our dollars to keep our culture and the soundness of our economy alive so that people can earn a living, have families.
Yeah, and more than that, because let's say 100,000 enterprise, like a business close, it's like there's lawyers that are going to lose clients, notaries, and all the publicities, like a magazine that you buy or TV that you watch or whatever. They're all impacted, or the theater, or, and there's the next generation. I want culture for them too.
Yes.
So it impacts a lot. Even the dentist. You don't have money to go to the dentist, or everybody's going to close. Like, what's next? 100,000 companies is a lot.
Huge. Yeah, that's a lot of employees, a lot of products, a lot of airtime.
Radios are going to close.
Exactly.
And radio are now having a lot of cuts. Lots of my friends lost their job. There is no publicity. There's no more, you know what I mean? So it does have an impact.
So it leaves a void culturally.
Yes.
To have a voice and an image that is a voice in our image for a segment of a population or for more than that, and to create change and to celebrate that change. So you're seeing that the business is closing, the impact it's going to have on the economy and the culture is going to set us back a lot? Do you see anything positive coming from this?
I don't see a lot of positivity about closing 100,000 company in Quebec.
How can we be involved to
just like, it's not just to buy, and I get that everything is more expensive. I get we have like huge family, less money. I do get that. But you know what? Sometimes just sharing on Instagram is free, and you're doing something good for a local company.
Yeah.
So it's not always money. But let's say you go to the grocery store and you have $1 difference or $2 difference for bread from Quebec, or maybe not bread. Bread is almost always from Quebec, but like
another product, for example.
Like a conserve or whatever, the confiture. I don't know how to say that.
A jam.
Oh, like jam. I don't know. Just put the $2 extra maybe to, or I don't know. But it's not me to say what people have to do. You know, I just want it to be like normalized. In our home, we have clothes from Quebec, and we're not, don't think we're rich. I'm an entrepreneur. My company is 5 years old. So I'm more than poor. You know what I mean? It's a choice, but we still buy Québécois. We buy, and we don't divide English from French Quebec. We buy from both sides, and we're very proud of that.
We have such great products. If we
Amazing.
If we turn away from the usual shelf at, say, IGA or Loblaws or whatever, and we look at the other artisanal businesses and what they sell, often I find the price is often better, depending on the margin that the other grocer is going to take if he's local and on the street. And the product is better. I always read ingredients. It's worth the effort, is what I'm hearing, because even if we need to do something, right?
Yeah. Do it from the heart. I just don't want to people, because now there's like huge campaign of buying locally, and I feel they're doing it with guiltness. That's not the point. If you cannot afford it, I really understand. But you can do something else, like,
So your words of wisdom to your daughter, find your happiness. You're saying the same to consumers.
Follow your joy 100%. Never feel guilty.
Well, Sarah, Lily, thank you so much for coming and seeing us in studio today.
Thank you.
And anyone out there who wants to support a Quebec and local business, the product is SelvRituel at SelvRituel.com. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.